All right, we're going to be talking about the resale stuff. We came across some video games a couple days ago and a storage unit clean out that Charles and Jake did. And I guess I'll just kind of let him break it down about how they came across it exactly and what they do when they come across the stuff.
That was a storage unit guy.
Yep.
We
Previous customer.
Yeah, we went out, opened the storage unit. I seen a PlayStation 1 just sitting on the side, so I was like, wait, so there might be some good stuff in here. So as I'm loading up the trailer, getting it cleared out, I stumble across the box that has the Sega Genesis, like 4 PlayStation 1s, 2 PlayStation 2s, an original Xbox, and a Wii. And that was a pretty nostalgic moment.
Don't come across them very often.
Yep, and that's another thing about when you actually sort your stuff before you take it to the landfill. You can look in the look through it a little bit more when you're at the shop sorting through before you go to the landfill and find more stuff, because you know if you find one little bit of good stuff, who knows what you'll find when you're actually looking through it.
Oh yes, if you keep your eye open, and depending on what you're curious about, me and Charles know a little bit about the old video games. We have a guy that knows, I think maybe about belts and just car stuff, and then I had a buddy that he pointed out a kitchen dining like a knife set, forks, and like silverware and things like that, and come to find out worth like $100 on eBay, and I would have never known that this little kitchen block set was worth $100, and but the guy bought it off of us, and he was able to sell for what he sold it for, and that was pretty cool. So now I keep my eyes open for kitchenware sets sometimes, and
cards.
Cards, yes.
Are always, not always, but a lot of the times. I mean, you find 100 cards, 35 cents a piece. That's $35 you didn't have. I mean,
it adds up. They're definitely rare. Definitely a lot harder to find the ones that are worth the money, but it definitely, if you have the time to sell them and post them, for sure, it helps. Depending on your overhead, you're going to need to resell some stuff to make up for your costs, or just make a little extra money and you're keeping it out of the landfill, because part of the benefit of keeping it out of the landfill is you're not going to have to pay for it at the landfill, and you're going to make a little extra money on the side. Not everything you find is going to be resellable, though. Sometimes you come across furniture that you hold on to for a while and eventually just find out that it wasn't the big ticket item and you just got to take it. That's okay. That's just part of charging the customer to get rid of the stuff up front, because you never know when you're going to be able to sell your items, or if you even are going to. That's why you can't go to a pickup and say, oh boy, this person's got a couple TVs, a bunch of boxes of trash, and she's got a nice $200 couch, so I'm going to deduct that off the price. Because if you go get $200 for it, one, you already took that off the price, so you're not making anything. You're just getting the money back that you should have got already to begin with. And if you don't make any money off of it, then you're just going to have to pay to get rid of it. And if you don't have the money set aside, it's going to pile up quick. One of the ones that what we come across a lot of times, tables.
Tables a lot of
tables,
times.
Dressers. It's a hit and miss. It's like getting colder.
Cabinets,
a lot of cabinets, TV stands.
Cabinets and TV stands. I feel like there for a while we were coming across bikes a lot.
Yeah, it was summertime. A lot of bicycles, old mountain bikes.
The things we come across really do kind of go with the season.
And in spurts, it seems like. If you come across 1 or 2 weed whackers, next thing you know, you got 5 or 6 weed whackers. And I would say that a lot of the time, I would say a good half the time the stuff works. It's 50-50 on everything.
Yeah.
If it's good enough to keep it put to the side, it's usually gonna work. TV sometimes 50-50 are always gonna work. Sometimes you gotta plug them in to make sure the screen can look like it's nothing's wrong with it. Then you gotta plug it in. It's got a big old crack through it. Other than that, a good amount. 2 of the TVs that we have here for the shop work perfect. We got it out of the pickup. This one over here has a little bit of a line through it, but I mean, we're just using it to stare at, nothing special, and works great. Let's see here.
Yeah, you have a lot of memorabilia pieces, pieces that you just kind of are like, I want to keep this, like that baseball.
Yeah, this thing's pretty cool.
Signed by every
one of those Where back in the, or they still do them now. I think I got one at my office at home where they'll take all the teams and they'll print them on there and they'll sell them at the stadiums. It's still really old and in really good condition. Don't let the case fool you.
1988
All-Star
team.
Yep. Pretty cool. Stuff we like to keep around. Little trinkets and toys.
Got some Michael Jordan cards around somewhere.
I have a few of them here. I think I took a
plaque. Those ones for sure.
Pretty cool. I don't know if they're really worth it. They weren't really worth a whole lot on eBay right now, but hold on to them. You never know. Depend on your situation. And that's all depend on the way you say you're going to price it on, guys. If you are really just trying to flip, just mark your stuff super cheap. If you're trying to hold on to it, you got a place where you can store it. Maybe you got a side hustle, or your junk removal job is business is taking off really well and you can afford to sit on your stuff a little bit longer. Mark the prices up. Be a little more competitive with the used prices in your area. If you're looking just to flip it, don't be afraid just to sell a $50 item for $10. $10 is $10. So the resale side can definitely help. One of the benefits of the resale also, or comes off of sorting stuff and making sure that all the good stuff gets sorted, whether you resell or not, is if a customer calls you and says, hey, you guys actually picked up an item that wasn't supposed to be picked up, and you happen to have it put to the side for resell or donate or recycle, you can just go ahead and give it back to the customer, and then no harm, no foul. At least you didn't take it straight to the landfill and throw away their grandparents' old cane or an old fishing rod or something. You just never know.
Picture,
yeah, just things happen. You get in a hustle bustle. People think they know what they want to throw away, and then next thing you know, they remember they had a box sitting there or an old chair or something. So you gotta try to do your best. And in some situations, things just happen. But definitely on the resale side, there's a lot more to resell than there is to throw away. I mean, if at the end of the year, if you were to pull everything that you could resell and put to the side, you'd be surprised. And it might actually be worth hiring somebody if you got the big supply, depending on where you're at. If you're in Chicago, Dallas, Texas, Florida, California, and you got a couple million people around you, or you might have enough consignment shops so you can just drop everything off to, and then once a month get a little paycheck from somebody, split it 50-50. This guy, oh God, he made it right on there. We're have to get Boog in here soon. One guy short. Got an estimate at 10. Quick talk about the resale part. As mentioned earlier, it can be great profits, great revenue. It can really step you guys' game up a little bit. If you're not wanting to do the plowing, pressure washing, mowing, and be the jack of all trades, want to stick close to just junk removal and that particular subject, maybe doing dumpsters and demolition. Who knows what you guys are wanting to do where you're at. Comment below, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe.